shooting the 1 MOA All Day Long challenge right now on Pirate Firearms and Reloading. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a completely different video from what I normally do. I'm actually going to film some shooting, and it's all because of the 1 MOA All Day Long challenge. So this comes from Bloke on the Range, another great YouTube channel, and Polnar Tactical, once again another great YouTube channel. So I kind of stumbled across this challenge. I got mentioned in a video by RM Shoots on YouTube, and just so happened that my Ballistic X video helped him use Ballistic X for the first time. So what it essentially is, it's a little bit of a challenge. Everyone claims 1 MOA all day, but it's not actually as easy as a lot of people say it is. So they've come out with a set of rules that make it a little bit more challenging. Basically, they don't want your $4,000 custom rifle, you know, with a custom action and this barrel and that, you know, that weighs 23 pounds and is in some small 6mm cartridge that doesn't even recoil or barely does. It's meant to be a real world challenge. So they've set a whole lot of rules, and I've got them printed out here in front of me. I will also tag a Bloke on the Range. He's done the video of what this entails. Essentially, you're going to shoot a 10-shot group. Not my personal favorite. Normally I do 5s, but you know, that's the rules. So we're going to play by it today. One of the big rules that's going to throw a lot of people is the rifle, including magazine and scope, must be less than 10.5 pounds. So RM Shoots did his with a Mosin Nagant, which I thought was a really cool idea. I went to get my Smiley, my short magazine Lee Enfield out, and quickly realised it was a little over that. So I'm going to shoot it with this rifle you see in front of me here. Now, it's a little bit of a Frankenstein gun. So I made the stock set for it. It's not the nicest work, but it's serviceable because the stock setup that was on this rifle when I purchased it was beautiful walnut, ebony inlay in the forend. But the problem was it was so small and so tiny by the time I put my hands around it and it recoiled, it wanted to leave my hands. So I've made the stock a bit more appropriate for shooting, added a leather cuff to the rear. So this is actually chambered in 357 Magnum. Actually, it does have a long chamber, so you can put 357 maximum in it. But it's actually a BSA International, and you're thinking, geez, didn't that come out in 22 or 410 Cadet or something like that? Well, yeah, it did, until a gunsmith here in New Zealand got a hold of them, and I believe he only made about 20 of them, so it's not something you're going to see very often. So for those unfamiliar with the Martini style action, I'll give you a quick demo. So it's basically a falling block system. You have this big lever here on the bottom, and that is the breech closed position, and then you strike it forward with relative speed and it will, or of a mechanical extractor. If you do it quick enough, you will pop the case out to either sit in here or to actually kick out of the gun. This is a small frame Martini, and the really neat thing about these is the one action screw that's here. Actually, there's a detent in the back, so you undo that, this whole action just rolls out, and even the Parker Hale sights, which were designed for these rifles, have a little hole in the back. Once the action is out, I know that's upside down, sorry, you can actually put a cleaning rod right the way through them. So it's a very nice little rifle. It weighs about 6 pounds. It does have, of course, micrometer adjustable aperture sight, and I have put a front element sight on there as well. So it's probably the best of the open sight world, but that is well under 10 pounds. I know it's a pretty accurate rifle, and I figured let's make this challenge fun. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm not just going to go and buy some nice factory ammo. I'm going to shoot my own black powder hand loads. So I've got 5 here. I've actually got 5 already made up as well, to make it real interesting. So in the next video on the channel, if I get my sequencing all correct, you'll see me loading those, and I'll talk you through my loading process. So we're going to head out to the range with this rifle, and we're going to go and shoot the 1 MOA All Day Challenge. Alright folks, so I'm here at my local range. For everyone else's privacy, I've taken myself down the end of the 50 metre mound. So I'm shooting 50 metres, not 50 yards. So close it's not even worth having the argument. So as you can see, it's a pretty tame recoil from the black powder. I am using 3F black powder in the 357 Magnum case. It's very similar to what a 38 special load would have been originally with the old balloon head style cases. With a modern case, you can't fit that much powder in. See the smoke coming back from the black powder. Yeah, so modern cases won't fit the same amount of powder. Like if you load 45-70 with black powder, it used to be 70 grains of black powder on a 45 caliber projectile. Now you can fit 60-ish grains of powder in, just because of the redesign of cases. So you can use an old 38 special black powder load in a 357 case without too many issues. So if you are more interested in the loading side of things, I have put the link in the description below for that particular video. Now, if you've never shot cartridge black powder, you're probably wondering why I am putting a tube into the chamber and blowing down the barrel. This is called a blow tube, obviously. And the purpose of a blow tube is to put the moisture from your breath down in the barrel. This helps keep the fouling soft in the chamber.
I'm shooting all black powder.
And in the barrel, ensuring you can actually load the next round, but also ensuring your velocity stay fairly consistent. So you can see the chronograph up in the corner of the screen there. Sorry, it's a little hard to read, get the right angle and everything, but when I show you my target, I will show you my chronograph results at the same time to give you an idea. My goal with this is I want to keep it just under the sound barrier, that supersonic subsonic line, mainly because these are a semi-woodcutter and a flat base projectile, and I believe that they're going to start to destabilize if they go transonic in flight. So I'm going to speed up the rest of the shots because you don't want to sit here all day watching this video. As you can see, I'm talking to somebody on the range too. I've muted out our conversation for the purposes of just getting this recorded and you seeing me shoot the rifle basically. Right, so that's my 10 shots, folks. As you can see, the target is not fantastic. 14.5 MOA, that's near enough. It's nowhere near 1 MOA. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I didn't think it would be either. So I'm still messing around with black powder loads with this particular rifle and 357 Magnum. So as you can see,
they're sitting around about that 1100 feet per second, which is about where I wanted. If I'm getting really critical on my load, I probably need to drop it down a little bit. I've had better success with about 0.2 grains less powder in the load. But all in all, for black powder and 50 meters, I call it semi-supported, it's not terrible. As you can see, I definitely need to zero the sights. The last time I shot this rifle, I actually shot it with nitro, so it is zeroed for my nitro load in 357 Magnum. But that's okay. So just to give you guys a scale as well, on top of what Ballistic X says, each of these graduating rings on the target is 1 inch. So line to line's 1 inch. The pretty happy with the standard deviation in 9.4. The spread of 31.3 is getting a little bit high, and depending on elevation, like I'm probably 50 meters above sea level, 1122 is becoming borderline as a maximum feet per second on one of those shots. So dialing it down is probably going to give me a little bit more stability. At the end of the day, I think what this challenge is about is having fun, getting out, shooting, challenging yourself to improve. So I'm still going to enter it anyway. Have some fun, get out there, take part in the challenge. Don't forget, they do have a tip me jar, so you put a tip in the jar. That'll go towards prizes if they choose to do so. Just get out there, have fun, and go shooting. And if you're interested in cartridge contained black powder, like I said earlier, the video is linked below. Until next time, happy shooting. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Catch you next time.